powered name of We Are Change Connecticut, wearechangect.org, and this is Truth Talk News. With Obamacare implemented now and crashing the system every time people are trying to log on, and I don't think anybody's actually signed up yet, and now the propaganda campaign going into young people's areas to trying to show them how hip it is to be on the insurance plan, trying to sell Obamacare. Because if the kids don't buy into this and get insurance, the plan has pretty much failed. So it's really an inverted pyramid. It's based on a very weak foundation, because unless of course you just continue to tax people, and this whole idea of authoritarian socialism coming into view in the last several years, especially with people just going into your homes without warrants, on the guise of stopping terrorism, having all of these laws and all of these regulations and orders, national defense authorizations, that defy the U.S. Constitution. It makes you wonder if there even is anybody that works for our government and the best interest of the people at all, because everything that they put into place has the appearance of helping us, but does the opposite. It enslaves us. It makes us more compliant to totalitarian authorizations, saying you have to do this, you have to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. It was supposed to be reversed. This country was founded limiting the government, not the government limiting the people. You can't have this, you can't have that. If there's too much water in your toilet, you're going to get a fine. We have to conserve the environment. These environmentalists, are the biggest wasters of all, funding the environmental movement so that they can continue to pollute with impunity. Because you've got the FDA, the CDC, I can go through the whole list, the EPA, all of these regulatory agencies are in the pockets of the top major corporations that regulates the industries. So the actual regulatory body has people in their pocket, are paid off by the very companies that these regulatory agencies are supposed to be regulating. Does that ring a bell? Does that make sense now why Amish milk farms get raided, and natural cures are always attacked, and people like Dr. Antonella Carpenter are thrown through the ringer because they have an alternative cure for cancer? This is how it happens. It has nothing to do with keeping the public safe. Wake up. None of these things. Not one of these programs. Even Social Security was designed to steal the wealth of the American people after generations. They don't think like you and I think, these oligarchs, these controllers. They think my grandson will see the full fruition of the New World Order and these slaves do whatever we tell them to do. That's how they think. They don't think like you and I. They don't think making plans for next week, maybe next month, maybe next year. Hell, nobody even plans for their retirement. The average American is very underfunded for retirement. And that doesn't matter because there isn't going to be any. They're going to continue to deindustrialize us into a socialist nation, and as we get too old and too sick, they will kill us. And that's why I come to this point right here where I'm talking about euthanasia. If you notice, all the countries that are having these socialist programs have euthanasia. That's right. So this Belgian woman always felt that she wanted to be a man, so she became a man and didn't like the way it looked or whatever, or I think she didn't take to the reconstruction process, and she decided that she wanted to die, or he decided that he wanted to die, whatever you want to call him. And they killed him. A cancer doctor actually did it, interestingly enough. Isn't that ironic? So this has happened in Belgium. And in Belgium, euthanasia is legal, as it is in 3 states in the United States. And now with Obamacare, it's going to become mandatory at a certain point. It's not going to be said we're going to euthanize you, but it's already happening now. If you have anybody that's getting up in advanced age in nursing homes, they call them cash cows because they keep giving them the drugs on a daily basis that they need to sustain their lives. But there comes a time that that patient has to be replaced. And when they decide that the particular facility needs a few new beds for some younger patients that'll be doped up on pharma for 10 or so years, you bet they drip them dead. Don't be sheeple, people. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Go to wearechangect.org. I'm Howard Nima. Thank you for watching Truth Talk News, where news the mainstream media ignores is the top story. For more truth, subscribe to Freedom First Films on YouTube and Truth Talk News on livestream.com.